my name is Eleni. Welcome to me and welcome to Let's Not Talk Politics, where we talk about anything and everything not politics. So if you like, you can subscribe, turn on notifications, use your big beautiful brains to leave me a comment. Today is still not political necessarily, but we touch on it briefly. Just go with me. So recently, on my way to work, on the way home, I don't know, when I'm at home cleaning, when I used to go to the gym, which I should go back, but that's another video, I listen to podcasts. And one of the podcasts that I really love to listen to is the Joe Rogan podcast. He has guests on that sometimes I love what they say, sometimes I don't love what they say, but the whole thing is, it can be fascinating, and it touches on subjects that I didn't even really think of looking into. The latest podcast with Jack Dorsey, who is CEO of Twitter, he's come under criticism and such, and mostly I just want to hear what he had to say about Twitter, about what's happening, about how it all started. And one of the questions that Joe brought to him multiple times in multiple different ways, and it was discussed in different ways, was how do you ban people? How do you decide, is it hate speech? Do you consider everything free speech? And I guess Twitter's responsibility, or any social media platform's responsibility to the general public, how we communicate with each other, I guess would be the best way to put it. One of the things that was brought up is that multiple people have asked for Donald Trump to be banned on the platform. During the time when he was threatening North Korea, and people were saying, he's threatening nuclear war, why don't you ban him? What Jack replied was that Obama, along with many world leaders, has said something to the effect of threatening some kind of retribution. Like, if you don't follow this and you break the promise too, then we will be forced to retaliate with. Not everyone is as eloquent as Obama. Certainly Donald Trump is not, but other world leaders have said something to that effect. Realistically, like from my standpoint, as much as I despise that the president is Donald Trump, do you really think that he's going to get banned on any platform? I don't believe so. I don't think that's feasible. It doesn't make sense. When they touched on what Twitter's responsibility was, or any social media's platform, what their responsibility was in terms of hate speech, free speech, the left, the right, if you're centrist, whatever, whoever it may be, and at the risk of generalizing a bit too much, the idea is that Jack Dorsey believes that everyone has a right to free speech. He did also mention that they look a lot at not just one tweet of hate speech, but more a pattern of behavior. I'm not entirely sure how the algorithm works with respect to that. And I don't necessarily know if I agree or disagree with that, because I am still mulling it over, and I despise seeing neo-Nazis and any kind of white supremacist, anti-Semite, homophobe. I despise seeing all of those people realistically anywhere, in life, on social media, everywhere. But do they have a right to free speech? One might argue that they do, no matter how vile the things they are saying are. But more importantly, all of this babbling, and the whole reason I made this video, was to say, do you really want the billionaire head of a company, of a social media platform, to police the world? Because social media is the world. Yes, it seems like a concentrated microcosm of what's going on in the world, but is it really? Because just about everyone is on social media in one way or another, and some people go on there to shit post, some people go on to just go after people, some people go on to post about their dog, right? Like, everyone is there for a specific reason. People can be there for multiple reasons. And do you really want this one entity to police the world? It's like saying, you talked crap on Instagram, so I'm going to ban you on Twitter. Unless the same person owns all of the platforms, that doesn't make sense. Asking Jack Dorsey and Twitter as a whole to ban someone for saying something on a different platform that they didn't say on Twitter is policing, right? And I don't want the CEO of a company to police what I get to say. And if you think, you are liberal and you love everybody and you want everyone to be happy and you want the world to be safe and you want us to be safe from bad people and hateful people, I am all in with you. But if you believe that there's going to be a platform somewhere where only that will exist, I'm sorry, that's not reality. And also, when we start policing people, we start policing everybody. Everybody gets policed. It's not one thing or the other. I'm sorry. You may think, you're fighting against oppression. You're doing the right thing. You're being an ally to people. And maybe you are, but that doesn't mean you won't say something that could cause you to be banned. And you won't think you deserve to be banned, but none of the people who are banned believe they deserve to be banned either. See, the problem is we're all right. We're all yelling at each other. And no one understands why the other person doesn't see how right they are. So that's it, you guys. The world is a different place and it's changing, and change can be painful and change can be difficult. But do you really want a private company policing what you get to say? I would love to know what you think. Please, please, please take care of yourself so you can take care of each other, and I will see you very soon.